If CBP takes you to a room and asks a few questions and then lets you be on your way, does that count as a detention? That's a good question. Does it count as detention or not? I had a colleague who had a case, a green card case, where they went to the interview with USCIS and it did not mention being held by CBP. The CBP are the customs officer at the airport. When you enter, they take you aside and ask you questions. And the officer in this one case asked, have you been detained? And the applicant, the client, said no. And they asked, have you been detained? And they're like, no, I haven't. And they got angry and they said, no, I see that you've been detained once at the airport. Why are you lying to me? It's like, oh, I didn't know that was considered being detained. So I heard this and I went and asked the chief of one of the major airports, the customs CBP chief at the airport. I'm like, do you consider this being detained? And they said, no, if you're detained, we're gonna tell you you're detained. And we take just segment ask questions, we don't consider that being detained. So what's the answer? It depends on whoever is handling your case, the government, what they wanna deal with. I don't say these are detained. I don't acknowledge these as being detained with USCIS unless there's some more that goes on to it. But if it does pop up, it's one of the things we prep our clients. And there had been a situation like this, I'd say, okay, if the officer wants to push it, which is rare, I think it was a dumb thing for them to push. But if they do, you could jump in there and say, oh, the airport did this. I'm not sure what it means. It's up to you, but I was at the airport. Beforehand, we always talk with our clients about this and know exactly what happened, so we're prepared. If needed, we do a Freedom of Information request, a FOIA request, so we learn potentially records of what happened, because we don't want to apply a case and then find out later that the problem's happening. That does happen sometimes because we don't have access to all the information, but the goal is to have the best the best knowledge possible, so we don't enter a room blind and get blindsided. That could be problematic. So is it detained? Depends on who you ask. But I don't typically do that, and most USCIS officers dealt with don't care about that. It's CBP chief of one of the major airports in the United States. They didn't care either. So take it as you will. But thank you for your question. Thank you for watching this educational program. To get the latest videos, click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon. Also, help us help the immigrant community by liking this video and sharing it with your family and friends. You can also find us on other social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter, where you find the latest updates on immigration news, policy changes, and tips. Be safe and God bless. See you soon.